I never understood that every single album that I dropped, Jay dropped right on time. And it was like, damn, like to have in-house competition at that magnitude was crazy. Jay already the boss, but I always thought that, like, let me breathe.
I felt that Jay-Z, Beanie Sigel was the shit.
Yeah, he was fired.
And they would only let Beanie Sigel only sell so many records. This came from an executive. But Benny, you couldn't be bigger than Jay-Z on Jay-Z's label.
After everything I've done for you, after always having your back, why wipe me out? After everything I've done for you, you gonna sit there with a life raft and watch me drown? After everything I did for you, you not gonna talk to me?
Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. You know, because at first you retire, you know, then get me off the label, now you're back rapping again. Okay.
Jay-Z called me. Hey, bro, Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head.
You hear about them parties? Nah, that wasn't for me. No, sir.
What's that? That's Marv King?
Niggas feeling marvelous.
You gotta get the shoes though. Y'all know what it is.
Beanie Sigel was the shit.
Yeah, he was fired.
And they would only let Beanie Sigel only sell so many records. This came from an executive. But Benny, you couldn't be bigger than Jay-Z on Jay-Z's label.
The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, alleges that rapper Jay-Z, along with Diddy, indecently assaulted her at a New York house party in the year 2000 following the MTV Video Music Awards.
Holmes attended the award show with his then girlfriend, Jennifer Lopez.
Lately, there's been a lot of talk that Diddy might be facing life in prison. Now, rumors are flying that he's trying to cut a deal with the feds by snitching and naming names in exchange for a lighter sentence. And we're not talking about small-time players. Insiders say he's bringing up some heavyweights, including his longtime friend Jay.
My mind wasn't.
Beanie Sigel is weighing in, warning Jay-Z to run while he still can. Apparently, Beanie believes Diddy has some major dirt on Jay that goes all the way back to the 90s. Things behind the scenes might be worse than we ever imagined. So what exactly does Beanie know about Jay and Diddy's relationship? And is Diddy really about to fold and snitch on everyone? Let's dive in. There's a lot of noise right now about Diddy possibly flipping under pressure. Sources say he's facing serious time, potentially life in prison. In situations like that, even the most powerful start to crack. And from what we hear, Diddy isn't going down alone. He's allegedly ready to start naming names, and not just any names, but...
Thought this was America, people. Guilty until proven innocent, huh?
When Beanie went to jail, he figured his Roc-A-Fella crew, especially Jay-Z, would have his back. But instead, all he got was total silence. And Beanie has said in interviews that he felt completely left out and betrayed by Jay.
You got me. So at that time, when, you know, I'm going to court, and we about to be on tour. We on tour. So a whole nother tour. Yeah, we on a whole nother tour. So, you know, I'm going for my bail hearing in the feds. And the judge asked Jay, you know, everybody's saying all these good things and all that. You know what I mean? The character witnesses, Dame, and, you know, everybody's saying, and even Jay said a whole lot of good things about me, and the judge was going to let me go. Monitor. And she said, you know, would you be willing, and that's the part that people don't, would you be willing to be responsible for his whereabouts, not be responsible for my actions, just his whereabouts? Would you be willing to do that? Provide us with all the information, you know, saying that he's going to be here, there. And after all that good, he said no. But it was like the way he said it, and he put his head down, he was like, no, I've never been crushed like that ever in my life. Cause I'm like, damn, this is my man, like and I looked at it like, all right, no. What if I had to get the out of there? I'm in jail, I'm stood tall, all my but what if I really needed to go? This was going in my mind. Like,
get out of jail, you say?
Like, yeah, like, bro, I had attempted in the state and the federal government and all this shit. Dude, 40 years is over. This is what I'm facing, 40 years.
Right.
What if in my mind, I'm thinking like, damn, what if I really needed to roll? Be on a run and go. Like, I'm from like, this my man and I love him. If he skipped that, no, I'm getting my man, I'm getting him out by any means necessary. So for me to look him in his eyes and I'm sitting, I'm shackled around the wrist, ankles and everything, and the man was like, oh. Like that was that only like that fucked me up. It took everything in me not to like let one go. Like that took away a lot of that I thought that we had. Like that's big bro.
None other than Jay-Z. Remember last year when Diddy's son, Christian, dropped that diss track, Pick a Side, based...
Roc-A-Fella Records was the only thing that I've ever been a part of that I thought was honest.
It's dope. It's ill. Yeah.
Like niggas really with me for what it was. Like I ain't gonna lie, I'm from South Philly, so you know what I mean? Niggas smile, hey, you know what I mean? Pray next to you, turn around, blow your head off. Like
you said smile, shake your hand, pray next to you, and blow your head off.
Yeah, all that vicious. That's where I come from.
Yeah.
Kill you, wash your body. You know what I mean?
Pray.
Kill your son and fornicate with your daughter. Yeah, that's where I come from. That's the world that I lived in. So me being with Roc-A-Fella, the La Familia, I held on to that. It's like I got something, and you know what I mean? And it's like, these got me. And they don't want from me, they just want me to do this. This music, they got me. And that's all I asked, you got me. That's where I came from. I never looked at me having a career. I never looked at the business. It was La Familia, La Familia, La Familia. We are
basically warning his dad's celebrity friends that if they didn't show support, there'd be consequences. Jay-Z didn't just fail to support Diddy. His lawyer publicly said Jay and Diddy were never even friends. That didn't sit well with Diddy. This is where Beanie Sigel enters the picture. He was once one of Jay-Z's most loyal soldiers during the Roc-A-Fella era, putting in serious work both in the booth and...
Did Jay really call up them people? Just need to know to add them to the infested extermination list.
Listen, before I even got there to the building, you gotta understand this. It's all documented. This year's Powerhouse, Jay came last year. In the Philadelphia Daily News, the day after the Powerhouse, it had an article. And I didn't even go to the Powerhouse last year. It had an article in it. Inside sources say Jay-Z beefs up security and threat that retaliation from Beanie Sigel for dropping him from the label.
This was in the newspaper.
It's in the paper. It's public record. Go. It's $20. You can search it and find it. It's public record. That was last year. So when I'm reading, it's like, damn, what the? You know what I mean? Inside sources say.
Right.
Where that come from? I ain't never see the Powerhouse where they got boot cops walking around with K9s and all that shit. Go on the internet, Google it. Bernard Hopkins was there. I didn't even know Bernard was there.
Right.
Go to allhiphop.com. He confirms it.
So there you are, just like the song says.
Yeah, because what happened was, I stood right in and because they made sweeps. When I came in the building, and people was going in the back and all that, where the dressing rooms was at, we was standing in the back, me and my peoples or whatever. Bleak come out with 5 bodyguards. What's up, C? No, what's going on? Damn, what's up? What you doing? Who back there, Jay? Come on, let's go back there. And you keep on moving the conversation. You don't want to go back there. Your bodyguard's there, and I don't got no, you know what I mean, to pass. He was like, man, you need to come holler at the big hunk. Man, dude, don't f with me. I ain't going back there. And that's what I told him. Big homie, don't f with me.
The streets. When legal pressure came down on Beanie, Jay-Z didn't back him up. Now, with Diddy possibly facing life behind bars and Jay-Z nowhere to be seen, Beanie is convinced that Diddy has dirt that could expose Jay. Since Jay and Diddy have been close since the 90s, Diddy would have witnessed a lot behind the scenes. Business deals, street connections, and who got protected when the feds started circling. If Diddy snitches, he could reveal how Jay stayed clean while letting people like Beanie take the fall. This would not only damage Jay's image, but also confirm everything Beanie has been saying for years. Back in the early 2000s, Beanie wasn't just another rapper on Roc-A-Fella. He was a major player. He helped put the label on the map, had his own clothing line, and starred in movies under that brand. But around 2004, things started shifting. Roc-A-Fella was falling apart, Jay-Z and Dame Dash were beefing behind the scenes, and Beanie got caught in the middle. When Jay took over the label, Beanie was pushed to the sidelines. At the same time, Beanie was hit with serious federal charges, but Jay-Z didn't step in to help. Beanie felt completely abandoned by Jay-Z, especially during his court battles. While Dame Dash showed up and supported him every step of the way, Jay-Z stayed silent. Beanie has spoken openly about feeling betrayed by someone he once called a close friend. Jay-Z went on to drop the Black Album, announced his retirement, only to come back months later, while Roc-A-Fella lost its power. Beanie dropped his third album, The Becoming, during his court case, but it didn't get the support it needed. Jay-Z didn't make him a priority, and Beanie felt sidelined. In 2009, Beanie released What You Talking About?
Was getting ready. We thought he was going to go to jail for a couple years. He was on trial. So I was trying to make 4 albums. I was more bothered when Beans chose to go with Jay. That one hurt. Because I'd done a lot and prepared. I chose State Property over Rockware, and I wanted to just roll out with State Property. But it almost like he tricked Beans to shelf him, and his life up to me doing that. But I had him, you know what I mean? Like, that was my new Jay.
So now Beanie himself.
A diss track clearly aimed at Jay-Z, accusing him of being fake and selfish, using Beanie for street cred before throwing him away. There was even an incident at the Powerhouse event where Jay-Z beefed up security because of Beanie's threats after being dropped.
I think one man could destroy another man's life. It's ultimately in your own decisions. You know, I had a lot of issues. Like I said, legal issues at the time. And, you know, my mind wasn't where I'm at now today. Like, I used to have questions like, why every time my album dropped, Jay would drop right on top of me. He wouldn't let me breathe or right before me. Like, I was always close. And I never understood that every single album that I dropped, Jay dropped right on top of me. And it was like, damn, like to have in-house competition at that magnitude was crazy. Jay already the boss, but I always thought that, like, let me breathe.
From the label, Jay-Z acted like it was no big deal and blamed Beanie for refusing to own up to his problems. Beanie admits he made mistakes, but says his biggest was trusting Jay-Z instead of Dame Dash. Dame recently accused Jay of deliberately sidelining Beanie and wrecking his career. Beanie agreed, saying if Dame had laid out a plan, he would have rolled with him instead of Jay-Z, who was less accessible. Beanie also noticed a pattern. Every time he dropped an album, Jay-Z would drop one right on top of his release, making it hard for him to breathe and grow. This ongoing in-house competition was exhausting, especially since Jay-Z was the boss. Now, with rumors flying that Diddy might snitch, fans are connecting the dots. Jay-Z has a history of leaving friends hanging when things get real, and maybe karma is finally catching up to him. If Diddy starts naming names, who knows what else will come out? What do you think? Is Jay-Z finally paying the price for past betrayals? And if Diddy spills the tea, how deep could this go? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't miss the next video.